So I wanted to make this video on this jump starter from TopDon. Obviously there's many jump starters out there in the market, and this is just one that I wanted to show some of the features and what it can obviously do, which is jump start a car. First and foremost, this is their entry level as far as the amperage, and as you can tell, it's rated at 1200 peak amps, hence the name, the JS1200. And along with being the jump starter, it does have other options to looks like to provide power out in case you were to ever need to have a source or need a source of basically 12 volts. And like most others, it does have a light, which is convenient if you are stuck out at night. So with that, we'll just quickly get started. So, one thing I personally do like is the carrying case. It's a little bit more thought put into this one as opposed to other ones that I have, as opposed to just a drawstring bag. So we'll go ahead, open the case, and so here's the jump starter unit, and it's actually nice and compact and ergonomic, no sharp edges. So that's the unit. Obviously a manual, and the cables which on this unit are detachable, and looks like there are some status LEDs and then a boost button on the connector portion. And then looks like lastly you're gonna have a USB cable, and it's a C-type. So as far as the unit goes, this is obviously the front face. You have the power button, your charge status of the unit lit up there, and there's the light, which you have to press and hold. And then press it once, it's got that flash mode, slower flash, and then off. And here on this side of it, it says DC out 14 to 16 volts. So that is your power supply out. And I like the way they have these covers and how they clip in or slide in nice and easy. And here is one that's labeled input, which that is going to be your C cable. That is for charging the unit. So nothing crazy, no weird funky cables to hook this up to in order to charge it. An easily found USB type C will get the job done. And then lastly here, engine start, output 1, output 2, 5 volt 3 amp, 5 volt 2.1 amp. So it has USB, the higher amp, lower amp, that looks like USB 3 with the blue. And then obviously your connections for the cables, which they're shaped in a way where you can't get them wrong. And again, covered up by this nice, easy connected cover. And the back, just some information on it, which you can read. Again, peak current 1200 amp. And again, this is their entry level, their smaller unit. So anything that this will do here, testing it, we know that the higher level ones will be capable of doing along with higher capacity if needed. And so we know most of us already know how to use a jump pack and go about doing it, but I quickly just wanted to run through and explain some of the lights and what they mean and the boost button. So first things first, we'll connect the unit, and obviously we get the red light to come on that says it's correct. Let's see. We power it up. Now I am at 75%. And so the way you want to do this, okay, and so the way that the light indicators work is just for good reference to keep in mind. So you connect your leads. And this battery I did charge up. I am trying to do some programming work on it, so the battery should be up and strong. Okay, so if the battery is weak but has some decent amount of power in it, the light will stay on solid green, and then you're good to go to jump start it from there on out. And so the reason why I wanted to explain was because of last night. I was kind of since it was freezing, I was going through this kind of quick, but I'm back at the vehicle to help clarify and explain more of the lighting. So same vehicle, same weak dead battery, just not as cold today. And you see it's flashing with the green. What that means is that the battery is totally dead, which we saw with the battery tester. And so in order to be able to jump it, you have to go and press the boost mode. And you can hear relay click, and now it's providing power in order to be able to be jump started, and the light goes solid green, which from there you are free to go ahead and jump start it, just like we showed last night. And so a couple key notes that I wanted to touch on. They recommend only jump starting when the battery level of the unit is higher than 50%, so 75 and 100. You are well and good to go to perform jump starts. I'm assuming if it's 50 or below, it can be used for providing power to, say, charge a cell phone or so on and so forth, and use the light. But for jump starting, it's recommended above 50%. And also this unit here is just for 12-volt jump starting only. And so with that said, here's a little clip and shot of my demonstration and real-world use of this unit. Okay, so I figured this would probably be a good test. I know this car has been sitting here for a while, and it's right now we are in the middle of November. And just to show, so it's late at night, and as far as temperature, so it's 27, real feels around 22. Again, it's late at night, so cold, windy. This car has been here a while. I'll prove that to you. Okay, so what I've got here is my battery tester that I use all the time. And this is a okay, so it's a 730 cold cranking amp. So it actually did power up the tester. Okay, so there's the voltage. Regular cold cranking. Let's go down to 730, which probably won't even matter. Okay, let's get the temperature. Okay, there we go. So 2 volts, no cranking amps at all. Temperature is below freezing, and obviously I don't have to try to crank it right now. It's not going to do anything. Okay, so let's see what this guy does. And below freezing, cold, windy at night. I'm gonna assume I need the boost mode. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think, I remember reading this, so let me try boost mode again. I think it gives you a certain amount of tries, but I mean, you heard it was cranking. This car, okay, there you go. So this car has been sitting, fuel pressure's probably low, but I know this little unit is strong enough to get this cranking. And now that we've got the engine spinning a little bit, let's see if we can get it going. If this was a normal type situation, car wise, it hadn't been sitting, I bet we would have got the fuel and stuff going already. Okay, so third try. Let's see. All right. Now that's not battery problems. We all should know that. This here is enough proof. So in that boost mode, you can tell the lights on the glove box dash. So good true out in the field test in these severe conditions. This unit is strong enough to crank a completely dead battery. No cranking amps left in it in the dead of night, freezing cold, high wind. If you're stuck out somewhere, this will get you started and going. Okay, so there you go. That was my little experiment that I wanted to show. I wanted to portray a real world hard condition and put it to the test, and obviously you can see it did the job. It got the vehicle cranking. As far as this specific unit, this specific situation, the car stalling and stuff like that, that's the car's issue. The main thing to portray is the power of this entry-level 1200 amp jump starter, what it can do in the conditions that it can do, the ease of it, the ergonomics, the logic behind the lights. It also powers off on its own, and it's packaged really well. So reasonably priced, good entry level, good to have around the house or as a spare or even at a shop. If you're thinking about getting an entry-level jump starter, I wouldn't hesitate to get one of these units. Especially around now that the holidays are coming up, it would be a good idea to gift this to someone you know that might want it, like it, and use it. Thank you for watching, and that's all for this one.